team from National Chengchi University. As you can see, it's a dumbbell. How many kilograms you carry? On average, it's like 10 kilograms. So is 1020 kilograms heavy dumbbell? Is it heavy for you? Okay, so let's see. It's actually the dumbbell that's gravity payment have to carry. Today, we're going to discuss about gravity payments. The minimum wage is a heavy load. Whether is it or whether it's not? Let's take a look. Okay, so first, we'd like to give a brief outline of gravity payments. Its main course of its work is to connect customer, which is small business, to bank and credit card companies. And since that's its service that it provides, so it emphasizes lots about its relationship between clients. And what that connect clients the most first line is customers and employees. So what the strategy the company take is that it give a project that is raising its wage. It's about like 50% to the wage raise. Like 70% of its employees get wage raise because it's raised the minimum wage that is given to employees. However, as we can know, some of the employees have higher wage, so it can't benefit from it. So salary amounts that is not so large didn't get the wage raise. So this kind of strategy became so virus among the medias. However, some problem encountered to the companies now. How to organize a fair rewarding system for talents in the company. And since that it's so virus among the media, it seems to be a good strategy. But why this problem occurs? So let's take a step back and see why this kind of problem emerged. First of all, let's see why this strategy, why this project is about. Its goal is about increasing customers by focusing on customer relationship. Since that this is what it's going to do. Like it's going to provide service, so customer is really important. And the second main point is that by helping customers and providing a better services, then it also needs to raise employees' condition, not only for the customer's need, but also the founder of Gravity thinks that it's the social moral to do it for the society and also for the employees. And however, among these goals, what actually happens? The actual situation is that the first stakeholder, customer, new customer did increase because they think that this strategy may give a good image of the company. So they would like to get in touch to the company. However, it is hard to maintain loyalty. And it's because of some of the employee situation that we are going to discuss. So second, employee stakeholders. For the first part, with employees that have a little bit low-end employees which have little salary, they will apply for the places in Gravity since that we will have like a higher minimum wage. So you will apply for instant return. However, it is not what the company wants since that the employee, when they get enough money, then they won't stay long. So it will affect the customer because customer is the important C of relationship between company and customer. However, if the low-end employee leave, then there is no relationship between the company and customers. And on the other parts, the high level, like manager in the company, what does it face? It actually face increasing workloads because the customer increase and also the employee increase. However, it doesn't have so much motivation from this project since that the minimum wage is rising, but it doesn't affect the wages of the managers. So it has really low motivation. So throughout this outline, we can see the analysis about this problem. We figure out some key issues. It is the salary structure that is newly developed isn't highly correlated with the performance of the employees. And later on, we'll discuss about, for this key issue, what strategy and what action steps should we take to fulfill the mission and the vision of the company.
Thank you, Chloe. So with the key issue of the salary raise not a relevance to the performance, we propose a new strategy, high bonus salary structure. We want to promote a new salary structure to have motivation for employees and at the same time increase customer relationship. So let's take a look at the implementation. First of all, is customer rating system. We want to provide a customer rating system so that every time we finish serving a customer, they can easily rate our services. So that by reviewing all those, by reviewing all those messages, we can improve each at a time and then increase our customer satisfaction and customer loyalty. And secondly, the customer-oriented KPI. We want to involve customer relationship into KPI for employees because, as just mentioned above, relationship with customers is really important for gravity payments, and the one who deals with the client relationship is the first line employees. So we want to make the employees know that it is very important to enhance and keep their strong relationship with their customers. So we will record the time that each of our employees cooperate with the client, and depends on the length of the cooperation. The more time that the employees cooperate, that the client cooperate with us, that employee will have more bonus of payment. And by these two offering customers more better services, more quality of services, we can increase customer satisfaction and increase customer loyalty, and also enhance the motivation for employees. And thirdly, we will provide a bonus for proposing projects. At the first line of the employees, which, for example, to make the phone calls, they will have maybe they will discover hidden problems that the managers will not discover because they are in the front line and they are directly interacting with the customers. So we will encourage the employees in the first line to bring out their thoughts about what they have suggestion to our company, to the process and everything. So that by doing this, we will discover hidden problems and increase customer satisfaction and loyalty as well. And last but not least, is the related compensation structure. This means that with senior management team leading the following employees, we want to make like a group consciousness so that everyone can work together, and then the senior managers will be more willing to offer advices and suggestions to the following employees. And by doing this, we can enhance motivation for senior managers and as well enhance teamwork spirit so that we can together become a better company. And to sum up, customer relationship and motivated employees, by doing all these implementations, we believe we will have a long-term growth for gravity payments. Okay, for further explanation, let's welcome Rosie.
Hi, as all of you might know, after the announcement and news report, a lot of customers flow into the gravity. It is kind of a happy problem because it might increase their revenue, but it also increases its workload. So it makes expansion be a must. But yes, they have to hire more people to cover the workload. But before the expansion, we have to know the market status quo. First is the industry. We want to know what is the characteristic of the industry. This kind of industry is credit process company, and this industry is highly competitive, and it also is a low margin structure, and also it emphasizes much about the customer relations. And what the customers in this industry want is they want a low cost service, but besides low cost, they also want the quality. So the most important point for us is to to decrease the cost, and also we could not sacrifice the quality. So our solution is outsourcing because we want to have a less expensive and and also have quality employees, and we are suggesting that we move some department to India because like ITs or customer service. The reason why we choose India is because they are full of IT talented, and they also have mature outsourcing environment, and also because all our customers are small business from America, so English ability is also important. And the most important point is that India and American has the time gap. So moving like let's say customer service, if we move the customer service to India, we might have create a 24 hours a day service for our customers. And also, expansion plan is also highly related to our funding, and we all know that because our previous strategy, the company is now very poor. We have to pay high load salary paid every month, and also we have low liquidity, and which is a very strong constraint for our expansion plan. So our solution is to apply for a bank loan. There are two reasons. First is because we are a small business. Our employee is less than 200 people, and for us to issue a corporate bond is not that practical. So I think applying for a bank loan is most appropriate. And that is because now it's still a low rate era, and kind of like the end of the low rate era, because the Fed is considering and firmly considering to raise the rate in the June conference. So we think that in this kind of situation and our company's characteristic, to apply for a bank loan is the most appropriate way for funding our expansion.
So later on, I will be briefing about our risk analysis after we apply our new strategy. So our risks mainly come from two parts. One is from our customer, and another one from inside our employees. So the first risk we're facing is the customer have little loyalty. As we know, the industry is low margin and is very high competitive, and every players in the market is not very differentiated. So we often need to justify us that why our customer want to choose us, not other competitors. And also we are facing a lot of threats from our competitors in the market. So every time we change our policy, and our customer might have concerns about are we going to raise our fee, and even shut down, and they may raise their concerns about our new policy. So next slide, please. So what we are going to do is to focus on our service quality to address this risk. So we also implemented a customer-oriented KPI to rate our employees' performance in terms of how they interact with our customers. So the longer they have built out a good relationship with our customers, the higher the rating it is. So with the oriented KPI, we are looking to maintain good communication with our key customers and tell them that we are not going to raise our fee while we're reducing our cost. And also we want to build out a long-term relationship with our customers. And the second part is the employee risk. So every time we change our policy, like we reduce we raise our minimum wage, and we will see a lot of change in our employee policies. So this time we apply the new strategy, and we are facing the risk that we will face low morale, and also the new compensation structure might lead to might cause a lot of employees to leave our company. So what we are going to do is to focus on finding the employees that will have long-term commitment to the company. In the case we have raised our minimum wage and we have received a lot of employees that want to make quick buck. However, if we focus on finding the employees with long-term commitment, we also imply our KPI with our customers the longer they build up good relationship, the better performance they will have better rating, and they will probably get higher than the minimum wage in the previous strategy. So also we have the related compensation structure to build up a teamwork spiritual in the company to raise morale through related compensation of manager and the low-ranking workers. So this is all the strategy we'll do to address on our risk.
So now, we would like to give a brief conclusion to all of you. As we can know, we gave some analysis to what the problem is actually about. And beside it, we also give solution about what actually should be the action. And between the action, since that is not the same with the previous one, which may be not so good, then maybe there are some risks that will encourage it to happen. So we'll have risk analysis to figure out to bridge the differences between the old one and the new one. So let's see what happens next. So the conclusion, a key issue we find out is that we are low correlated of salary structure and the performance. So we develop a high bonus salary structure to let employees to strive for their bonus themselves, but not just get a double income by doing maybe nothing more than others. And by doing this, we see that there are some risk and control need to do between this changement. So with this thorough package that this company Gravity may adapt, then we can see that we can further expand because this strategy will maintain our customer and save our employee from leaving, and also to integrate the environment changement and maybe the bank's strategy, the government's implementation, then we can further expand to the places we want and expand the company. So, at last, we'd like to say, is it heavy? 10 for you, 10 for all of us, but 1,200 for this Gravity company. It's heavy. It's heavy for the old-fashioned way it treats its employees. But is it heavy now for the new method we use? Actually, Gravity now, it can raise up easily, and it's the force that makes it happen to run better and make its employees to thrive and survive, because it will lead a better life because it strives for itself, and also the company can strive because of the employees, and the customer is gaining because of its good strategy. And also, it can also affect the country and the world. By how? Because a company's change can affect others and influence others to change like it, and will create a positive cycle to change employees, company, and world by a better way. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll let you know when Q&A may start. Judges, you may start questions.
Okay, good job, young ladies and gentlemen. I have a question. After watch your presentation, I want to clarify a few things with you. So minimum wage you will still keep is 70K, and on top of that, you will give a higher bonus to the employee related to the performance. Is that what you're going to do?
Okay, I'll do the clarification first. First of all, the company have raised its minimum wage from 50 to 70. And what we're going to do now is that we're going to let go the old performance, the old strategy, which is raising it. We're going to set it to 50 again. And it is why we set the risk analysis, is that the not coherence may become some risk, and we have conquered it and figured it out. And also, by letting it down to 50, we set some KPIs, which is hope that it is a stable requirements for the employees to strive, and it is easily to strive and get the bonus from 50 to 70. However, some employees may not work so hard, so it can't get 70. But if employees with normal standard and with little effort, and it can get 70. But with other employees that can do better and have the ambition to do good and to strive for more, and it is easily to get from 50 maybe to 80 to 90. So for your question about whether the salary is, it will be set to 50, but it's easily to strive from 50 to 70. And it will be somehow encouraging, but also encouraging the employees to strive from 50 to 80 or even more. Thank you.
Good question. So firstly, well done. Really good presentation. I was thinking about it. So you're going to move from 70 back to 50, and there will be some negative effects within the organisation, publicity. But then at the same time, you're also going to then say we're outsourcing some jobs to India. Have you thought about how you're going to manage the PR end of all this and manage the reaction of your own employees? Because you had all this positive news about equality and taking the salaries up. Now you're reversing that and you're outsourcing. How are you going to manage the reactions you're going to get both from the public and within the organisation?
First, for the customer, we want to explain to them that our new strategy after are doing positive impact on them. Because by our new bonus system, our employee will have more moral and motive to service the customer best. And this is what we want to explain to the customer. And for our employee inside, we are sure that there might be some employee that is dissatisfied with our new strategy because it is kind of cut their salaries. But because we have the bonus system, so if there are employees that work hard and they are talented, they could get more even before even more than the 70,000 salaries. So for the employees who want to leave, we will not retain them because we think that those employees leave the company might be less talented and they cannot work under pressure. And for our management, because they're with our new system, link the management performance to the team performance. So if their employees still performs good, I think there will not many big difference between previous their salary and after their salary, or even they could get better because the management level didn't enjoy a salary rise in our old strategy. And talking about the outsourcing, it's because that the announcement brings a lot of customers. So we have to expand but with our previous workload, we cannot cover all of that. And so we decided to move some department like IT or customer service to India. And the main reason is because the industry is a low margin. So it is hard for us to keep paying employee more and still be competitive.
Okay, I have a follow-up questions. Outsourcing, it's a good idea. However, majority company using outsourcing because they are skilled, they cannot control, and they want to reduce the cost. It's a small business. 200 employees we mentioned before. How many people you want to outsource to India?
I think
so. And after that, you split the company to 2 locations. How you gonna manage, right? As additional outsourcing, which meaning layoff for the U.S. employee. So how you can explain this to the public? And I don't see 200 people's small business company need to outsource to India. Can you just elaborate more? I know you have some of points in there, but I know you have limited time. Just elaborate more to us.
Okay. So first, our outsourcing will not be a large-scale movement. We are arranged like maybe 5 people in customer service and 2 people who responsible for contributing the system for them in India because India have talented IT people and also they are less expensive. But for the main business we are doing, we will still let him stay in America because we have to face our customers. And about the question that we have to separate our company into 2 institute location. I think it is not a big problem because India have very mature outsourcing environment and a lot of companies are outsourcing services there, mostly the IT and the customer service. So I think it is not a very difficult thing to let us to set a branch in India, and it will not be it will not be so expensive also.
And I would like to give some supplements. And for the discoherence about the previous one and the first one, I mean some media or what may talk about it, and it may be some kind of risk. But for us, we think that it's right to do the right thing, since that the previous one may cause the employees that is newly applied with low quality. And also, as we can know, mentioning from the case study, it is known that employees that is already in the company may only strive for short term, like working because of the high salary. So according to that, we hope that we can do the right thing to change the salary structure, although it's not so coherent between the previous one. Yes, thank you.
And may I add something? And also, although Gravity is a small business, but they are going to grow as their CEO said, they want to expansion. So if the company gets bigger and bigger, outsourcing is a must-do things, I think. So the first step we go there might not be a big movement, but just first step to familiar with the environment and the structure that will work in the future.
Okay. If Dan Price come to HSBC to borrow a loan, you have a funding which is a used bank loan. What you're gonna prove to me, you will pay back to me. And because from your expansion plan, I did not see a lot of attractive the strategy. So can you just let us know? I mean, what others you probably haven't presented in your presentation. You have to make sure I secure, I give you the money, and Dan will return the money to me and plus the interest.
Okay. I think from banking lending money to companies, it's about getting it to creating more value. So what you see is how the company do things and what the company is planning to do. And what Gravity now is doing is that previously it's take money inside to spend to salaries to its customers, its employees. However, now from the new strategy, it is taking bank's money, yours money, your company's money, to see how can employee to invest to customer service. So it's different side. Like previously, you may think your money lending to them is for salaries, but now it's for expanding and for a new project to new employees strive for customers. So I think because we do the right thing and we know that our money is for expansion and for customer service. So I think this will maybe be a good solution and be a good plan to lending money from HSBC to Gravity. Thank you.
I just want to say, well done. But just to expand on that funding thing, I was going to say the same as Elaine. I think you'll find it hard to get funding from a bank for this institution. You mentioned corporate bond, you discounted it. But what other options did you consider for expansion of the funding?
The company has thought of the venture capital, but because on their previous strategy, all the venture capital think that this move is stupid, so they give a very lower price to them to take a part in shares. So we just cut off that option. So other things leave for us is the bank loan and the corporate bond. And since corporate bond is not appropriate, so I think bank loan is the best.
I just had a question. So I think you in the beginning you hit the nail on the head in terms of what Price was trying to do, which was get his junior people, all his staff, more engaged. And the concept of it, my people are happy, they're going to serve their customers better. And I think you hit the nail on the head there. So clearly the money one didn't work as well as he would like. What other things, and you touched upon some of these, but I'd love to hear more around what other things did you guys think about as ways to keeping those frontline guys empowered, feeling motivated, serving their customers better, and therefore taking the overall revenues up. Did you think about any other solutions to doing that, not just money?
What do we think is about the company's image? And as we can see, the company's head is like having lots of interviews, so he is distracting from the work. And what we think is that managers may not have so much wage bonus, and maybe we can enhance the probability of giving the manager the chance to show off from new ideas, because it will develop its career, but also it have more motivation to do the work instead of just bonusing. Yes.
And beside the bonus, we actually have designed a project bonus for proposing projects, which is our frontline employees they might see some problems that the management level can't see, and they could find some application and give us their ideas, and we might funding them, or even that given a plan that is more practical, and if he fulfill this, then he will get bonus. And this means that the frontline employee is not just the people who doing regular things. They could get more involved in the company and do more for the company's future. And I think it will bring more loyalty of our employee to our company.
We're still motivating through bonus. We're still motivating through bonus, right?
I think it is not only bonus, but also that you will feel that you are a part of the company and you have contributed, and maybe beside bonus, maybe a promotion, or you can see what your effort actually applying to all of the customer, and I think that feeling is very great.
No more for me.
Thank you.